Okay, this is it. This is me making my first ever video, and that will be a channel where I'll talk about anything and everything that has to do with life, because I love life. And when I say life, it's life with all its beautiful things and the sad things and the unpleasant things. But yeah, such a beautiful thing to talk about. And it has taken me years to do so, but I am glad I'm here and I'm completely unprepared, which I'm very happy about, because I'm just gonna sit and talk and start doing it. You understand why I say this, because I will explain a bit later. There's so many things I wanted to talk about, so many things we can talk about, topics, subjects, things that are personal to me that I would like to share. But I think one big one that I think is very relevant to me now, is procrastination. And I'm making this video as much for me as I am for you. If you can take some tips from it or some bits and pieces and apply them to your life, that would make me the happiest person on this planet. Yeah, so I think what I want to explain and just share is how I got here. I wanted to do this channel for so long. If you know me, you know what I'm talking about. And I just kept pushing it and delaying it with excuses, like 100,000, I can't even count them. But yeah, I just never got to just sit down and do it, just like now. And the reason for this is because there is something I call enemy. It's perfection. I wanted my channel to be perfect. Everything I wanted, and it had to be perfect. I wanted the perfect camera, the perfect microphone, the perfect outfit, the perfect me, without my flaws, the way I look, the way I sound, because I know I'm never gonna be used to my voice. And yeah, everything just needed to be perfect. And that's how I got to here, really, which was a big mistake. So if you actually follow me on Instagram, on my fitness account, it was the same story. I wanted to do it for a very long time, and I wanted to just wait for the perfect moment, have the perfect outfits, the perfect scene, the perfect phone again, to make the perfect videos. And I spent hours trying to see how other people do it. And yeah, at the end of the day, if you look at it and you look at the first picture, it's a very actually shitty picture, nothing perfect, because I just needed to break the cycle where I was just like waiting for something that was not even going to happen. But yeah, that's the story of me and me talking about this now. I really want to talk about it properly and break down what procrastination really is, because it's actually it's much bigger than what it actually is, and hopefully you can understand when I try to explain. But for me, what I've been delaying is kind of, I would say, a big project. It's like something serious I want to be carrying on doing if I can, but this applies to anything in our daily life. So if you have a small task you need to do and then you delay it, the result is the same. I guess what I want to explain is that procrastination, when we kind of again break it down and try to explain it, it's a very bad vicious circle. You've got something to do, you don't want to do it, and you just keep again delaying it. And first thing you do is you make excuses. Okay, I'm gonna have a coffee, I'm gonna go for a walk, and then when I come back I feel much better, I have much more motivation. We all know it's not gonna happen. Yes, just all these excuses. So what happens? You procrastinate, obviously. That's the result of your actions. After that, you obviously start to feel guilty. I don't know anyone who doesn't feel guilty procrastinating. So you're trying to make your mind do something that will stop you, make you feel guilty, which is obviously, it sounds obvious, but that's the natural reaction. Doing all this and try and think and figure out what you can do, you start actually panicking. So you panic and you don't know what to do, because you don't have much time left to do your thing, and you don't know how to kind of get away from it. So you're back to square one. You make excuses again. So you go for another walk, you have another coffee, you watch another episode, it's on Netflix. But yeah, we're back to square one. What scares me, for me personally, it's not even the biggest problem of procrastination. It's just not about talking about this bad circle. It's when you think of it, it's really the perfect thief of time. And again, I'm going to try to explain. But what I mean by that is when you procrastinate, you've got something to do, and there's a time between now and the time where you're supposed to do that thing. And usually the time between them is completely lost, because you're not going to do something very creative or something new or something productive. You're just going to try to fill the gap so that you may, like what we talked about earlier, you feel less guilty and you feel a bit better. So say, for example, if I have to write an essay and I'm procrastinating it, I'm not going to use that time to read. I don't know, maybe some people will, but most of the time you use that time to do very silly things. Things you don't need to do, things you can have done them way back in the morning, or at another appropriate time. But that makes me laugh, because there's so many people, when they've got something to do, it's like they start cleaning like crazy, get all their chores done and these kind of things, and they could argue that they've done something very productive, something they had to do. But I think my response to them is that it's probably something that they had to do anyway, something they've been procrastinating as well. So what I want to try and explain is that during that time, there's usually no place for something very empowering, something new, something creative. You just fill the gap rather than using the gap to do something else. And when you add those little gaps one after the other, it could be hours or weeks or months or even years. And sorry, but I've got only one life. I want to use it at its best, so wasting my time is not really an option. So I just get up and do my things. So that's it. And the third thing for me, it's usually the one that works for me, and I'm sure you can relate, is actually the disproportion between the task you usually have to do and the mental space it takes. It can be just crazy. For something that would take you, let's say 2 minutes, say you have to call the doctor to book an appointment, and then you just keep delaying it. This can take 80% of your mind, and this is crazy. I don't want my mind to be busy with the silly things, so I just do them as soon as I can. And I need my mind to be free so I can do other better things, other empowering things, other creative things, yes, and other be kind of free to live life at its fullest. What can you do about this? I think my biggest advice is just start, really just do it. And we all know that once we start, it actually gets easier, and then you find new ways to do it. There's new ideas, new things, people supporting you, guiding you. So I think that really is the first step. Like I said, you can refer to my first shitty picture on Instagram and you'll get the whole story. And second advice I can give is that don't make things look harder than what they actually are. For example, in my case, again, it was just a matter of sitting down and start talking. How difficult is that? Or actually I had to write a few things, ideas and everything. So first step for me, the one that was bringing me confidence, was to open my laptop and start writing. And I didn't need more than that, really. Third one, actually on that point, I know that for some people it's easier or better to start with the biggest thing, the one that you don't want to do. I think that's a valid argument. In my case, I think it's depends how long your priority list is. If I've got many little things to do, and then I've got 3 or 4 big ones, then I will start with the little ones. So it brings me confidence, and then I know I just like ticking the boxes until I get to that one. I guess it's personal, whatever works for you, and will make you make that first step, then that's what you need to follow. Then next one, I would say focus on the next step rather than the 100th step you would have, and you don't even know if you're going to reach that 100th step really. So it's always a matter of doing what you can now and reach the next step, the next level. Otherwise you just get scared, and the unknown and the uncertainty will get in your head, and you'll be like, okay, but I don't know how to do this, I don't know how I can reach that, or where to find that kind of information, and you start having a lot in your head, and you start procrastinating. I'm telling you, if you have many things you put on your list, and instead of doing 1 or 2, you're just gonna end up doing 0, none of them. Okay, another one that works for me, and I think this one takes a bit of time, I guess, but I train myself to focus on whatever I am doing. So if I am reading, I am reading. If I'm working, I am working. I'm not checking my phone. I'm not going walking around or these kind of things. When I'm cooking, I am cooking. When I'm running, I am running. And I know that sounds very silly, but it's such you save so much time doing that. And one task, if you focus on it, instead of taking you 2 hours to do it, it will take you just 1 hour, and that other hour is saved to do something else. And with more time, obviously, you've got more time to do more things, so you don't actually procrastinate that much. That makes sense. But yeah, so honestly, just try that one and tell me if that works, because for me it does. Another one, very important, don't wait for validation or permission from anyone to do whatever you want to do. So I've got people supporting me, but probably if I listen to everyone, probably some of them would have said, I don't know, stopped me from doing what I want because it doesn't fully make sense to them. That makes sense? But in the end of the day, it's my life, it's my journey, it's my problems, it's my happiness, it's just me and what I want for me. So it doesn't have to make sense to anyone else if that's something that makes you, brings you happiness, or it's a passion, or it drives you to be a better person, with everyone, your family, yourself, whatever. Just my advice is just do it and don't care about what people have to say. Yeah, that was me really, and I 100% know this video is so far from being perfect. There's so many things I wanted to add. Probably when I finish recording this and listen to it, I'll be like, okay, why didn't you even say that, or whatever. So it wouldn't look perfect to me, but I think first I'm very happy with that, which is what I've been talking about in the beginning of this video, and also it just pushes me to do better the next time. So yeah, I've got no regret. Again, so many tools I could have used. I know there's going to be some background noise because I live in a busy street. It's fine. Hopefully you got my message, you got what I want to say, and I'll be making more of these soon, hopefully. I was just checking if I didn't forget anything, like I said, but I really want to add this one because I think it's a very good analogy, and it illustrates very well the power of first steps. Because I heard on a podcast, it was a lady, she was saying, the first pancake you make, it's always crap, isn't it? So I don't know anyone who makes the perfect first one. If you know, then please just comment below, tell me how you do that. But yeah, it's always crap, and then it doesn't matter because all the rest is going to be perfect. Well, not perfect, but good enough. So yeah, I think that's a very good thing to take with you if you were thinking of doing something new and you were scared of how to get that first step, how to start, and you were worried about the next levels or how everything else is going to look. Okay, so I think maybe 3 questions I have for you. I mean, of course you don't have to tell me, it's more for you. If it makes you it's challenging you and make you sit down and think of it, then that's enough for me. But what I want to ask you is, whatever you have in your mind, what's really stopping you from doing it? Just sit down and try and think about that. And I think it will help and open so many other opportunities, so many ways to do it, way of thinking, and just more options. The second one is, what do you have to lose? This is a good one because honestly, for myself, I didn't have anything to lose. I'm trying to think right now, but what could I lose? Nothing really. So I want you to do the same. Sit down and write or just think about it. Third one, could you live without knowing what your life could have been if you've done that step. Honestly, yeah, I couldn't. Because now I know I can die happy because I tried, so it doesn't matter. The outcome could be like positive or negative, it's fine, it doesn't matter. I tried. If it's not this, I will do something else, and again, I'm completely happy with that. Hopefully this video was very insightful, and if you know anyone that can benefit from it, please do share and like and subscribe and do whatever pleases you. You can also comment, you can suggest new things to talk about. I'll be very happy to hear about what you guys want to hear about. And it's not just me talking to you, it's about you talking as well. So really, anyone interested in a debate, I am here for it. But yeah, I think that was my word to you.